Good afternoon, distinguished hedge fund bosses. Today we present our investment thesis and a recommendation in buying and selling two stocks. A new deadly and highly contagious COVID variant has struck Australia, causing complete disorder and chaos. The government has reacted urgently, implementing key policies that will have detrimental effects on both stocks, Netflix and the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. We recommend that Netflix will be a buy as the entertainment category will experience immense growth during this period. In addition, we recommend that the CBA firm will be worst affected, and thus we recommend a sell. With the variant extremely prevalent in society, there is no choice but to lock down each state in Australia. Illustrated below is the forecasted case numbers as well as the forecasters' business sentiment and real GDP. Thus, it can be seen that in the period the variant is most evident, there is a sudden decline due to businesses shutting and consumers not spending money. As for the real GDP in Australia, there is a clear deterioration, demonstrating a weak and fragile economy. With the assistance of 2020 and 2021 COVID lockdown data, it is crucial to understand why these measures are necessary to be put in place for the new and deadly variant. Firstly, hospitalisation rates need to be controlled. Secondly, the rate of spread must be slowed. And thirdly, we need to prevent the economy from long-term impacts.
With the onset of this new COVID variant, we will experience lockdowns reminiscent to those back in 2020 when the first wave hit. What we'll see is a halt in production, and as a result, a rise in unemployment rates, all leading to less spending amongst consumers, while banks will be more speculative and not as flexible with their lending terms. These are all telltale signs of a recession which is pending. So how will the government look to combat this? The government will look to mitigate the effects of a lockdown by implementing unconventional monetary policies such as quantitative easing, in which the government looks to boost money supply, drive down interest rates, and incentivize commercial banks to increase their lending. This in tandem with the provision of financial support in the form of payments such as JobKeeper and the early access of superannuation to consumers are all in the hopes of combating the effects of lockdown by getting consumers to spend more and driving up employment, and also looking to increase the GDP as a result of all of this.
Hi, my name is Andy and I'll be going through the Netflix buy-side presentation of this slide. So Netflix did see significant gains during the pandemic from 2020 to 2021 as consumers were bored during the lockdowns and needed some entertainment. So we believe if another COVID variant comes in and puts us into lockdowns again, Netflix stock will once again rise as consumers would flock to it. We believe that if a new variant occurs, a recession would also occur, leading the RBA to once again slash interest rates. This will allow tech stocks to go up in value. Here's just a little graph of the subscribers during the COVID pandemic. So from 2020 to 2021, it did have an overall 21.5% increase. So we believe something similar would occur during a new variant. Here's just a little, here's what we've interpreted. We believe the estimated share price the new one will be $230.50 if the sales growth was to increase 21% throughout the 10 years. So that's an increase of 2% each year, leading to the new sales projections in the bold that I've presented here, which leads to a new estimated share price of $230. Thank you. That's all from me, and I'll be handing it off to my colleague Shivanash, who will go through the CBA sell side. Thank you very much.
I'd like to submit CBA as a sell recommendation. CBA saw a large fall in their stock price in March 2020 due to increased risk of defaults and reduced customer spending. They were assisted with government schemes such as JobKeeper and JobSeeker, which we're unlikely to see again. And furthermore, having additional lockdowns to a new variant will likely result in a decreased interest rates, which will increase the chance that customers will withdraw their savings and also negatively impacting their credit card and mortgage interest earnings. This graph shows a 37% drop in the first lockdown. This was with the assistance of government programs, which are unlikely to be seen again. This infographic displays the stresses on consumers, which is likely to be exacerbated by another lockdown, affecting CBA's valuation.